Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was 10 Tails and was brother of Godzilla and son of Gaia. And yes guys, it is an unscripted story. Now shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Mritisha Richie for suggesting this idea. And moving onwards, it is a Naruto x Percy Jackson crossover with Naruto being a 10-tail typhoon inside Percy Jackson universe alongside with his twin brother who is Gojira, otherwise known as Godzilla from Monsterverse or Kaijuverse. And yeah, it is certainly an interesting story. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in ancient times in the world when gods were closer to humans and visible as well, where we see Gaia was finally put to sleep by the Greek gods, as her children were thrown to Tartarus, and because of that she was vengeful for what has happened and wanted revenge on her grandchildren, and in doing so she was put to sleep by the king of the gods, Zeus, and his family and siblings. And after that was done, we see that time passed on, but Gaia, even though she was forced to sleep, a part of her conscience was awake, and that part was the kinder one, not the vengeful one. She, slowly as the time ventured by, something she didn't care about, began to realize that her children were a failure. Her marriage was a failure. Her grandchildren, from what she could witness, was a much bigger failure. What she needed was a new start, and that is what she got. She was blessed by chaos itself with two children who were Typhoon in their own right. One was named as Godzilla, and the other one was named as Naruto. And first Gaia was quite shocked because of the Eastern names that were given, such as Gojira and Naruto. But then she realized that they possessed the power of Typhoon, and their true forms were quite terrifying. Each of her son, even at the time of their birth, were capable enough of destroying each and every of the gods, and even some of the titans as well. She knew then and there, if her children are to be brought to light, or in front of the gods, they wouldn't think twice before destroying them, because they hold the power to do so. And in order to save them, she made sure of one thing, and one thing only, that her children would never come in touch with the Greek gods. And because of that, she, using her form that she had, took a physical form, a manifestation, to watch over and raise her children, and moved to the rural sides, deep into the mountains of Japan in Kyoto. And there she remained, as time went on. As now we see, Gaia, for centuries and eons, have been enjoying the time and peaceful era with her children there. Even the wars have went by, and even the mushroom cloud has went by in Japan, but it didn't matter to them. They were told, forever forbidden, to ever go out. But one day, her child, Gojira, did so, and a visage was seen. And after that, Godzilla, as the people called him, was born. As currently we see, in the present, where in New York City Empire State Building, up above in the sky, was where Mount Olympus was, and where the Greek gods resided, and has gone lazy and way too much human. While on the other side, in Japan, up in the mountains was a mansion where Gaia and her two sons resided, as currently Naruto and Gojira were seated, eating some Cheetos in a bowl as they were watching a Godzilla movie. Seriously, I mean, look at that form. That's the most accurate form that they have gotten of mine. Can you believe that, brother? You have told me for millions of times. Each time they make a depiction of you, you just go haywire that how they haven't picked it right. Yeah, I'm just pissed at how the Japanese made me look like I'm an evil monster, while the American version make me look like I'm some sort of a hero. And some even say that they want to adopt me. Can you believe that? Yeah, seriously. Both of you, what are you doing again? We're watching Gojira's movies. You know, the Godzilla one. Which one? the Japanese version or the American version. As Naruto laughed, as their mother was sometime joining in on the fun. Over the time, Gaia has mellowed out. Why? Because she, like the gods, have realized that with the two of her sons that she had now, she had a perfect family. And the cherry on top was that because they were typhoons, they took a long time to develop and usually stayed in the form of a 13-year-old because that was the form that they enjoyed the most and could get away with most of the bullshit they pulled. As now we see, Gojira then said, "You know what? How about we visit the Hollywood there in America? I want to have a word with the Warner Brothers of how they make a depiction of mine. I mean, I can give them some pointers." Yeah, and they would gladly take it. "Oh yeah, you're just jealous because your only depiction is as a 10-tailed hideous monster, not like the 10-tailed wolves that you are." As Naruto's eyes then turned into slits, as Naruto then said, "Yeah, don't remind me of that. The only thing that was cooler in that damn anime was that 9-tailed fox. The 10-tail looked like a hideous monster with one huge eye. You know, that was a cool eye, right? Yeah, but I would rather not have darts in my eyes like that. Tomos. Yeah, you just have become a weeb. Shut up, both of you. I do guess that it would be not that much harmful if we just go there for a visit, but do remember, children, that is where the other part of the family that hates us reside. It would be best if we avoid them. Normally I would have declined, but over the centuries you two might have matured somewhat. So I think it would be best if we all go there as a family vacation." "Seriously?" "Yes, as that is when it was decided." And so they boarded the plane and landed in America. As soon as they did, there Naruto as well as Gojira then noticed something. "Mother, look at the sky." "Oh no," said Gaia. What is going on?" "Something has happened, my sons. This is not okay. Not good at all. I need to find out what it is," thought Gaia to herself. She knew she was trying her best to avoid them, and yet she had the curiosity within her. Because her vengefulness was coming back to her slowly somewhat. Now she was back at the land where the Olympians were, who harmed her other children. Even if they were quite poor children, they were still hers, and they were harmed by these people. And she wanted to know what was the thing that was bugging so much to the King of Gods. And so they decided to take the flight to New York, and there Gaia decided to stay for the time being. "We will remain here." "What? But what about the Warner Brothers studios we were gonna visit and all that?" said Gojira. "I seriously want to give them pointers." "Not now, son. I might be going for a while. You two can take care of yourself, right? Integrate yourself into this society. And make sure nobody notices. Use the ancient mist that I have taught you to." "Yeah, I guess we can do that," said Naruto. As now we see, Naruto and Gojira then did so that, as Gaia, their mother, left for the time being. While now we see, Gojira looked towards his brother. "What do you say, Naruto? How about a little bit of fun? We're here in New York City. I mean, we can go into the Central Park and whatnot." "Seriously, you should stop watching those animated movies so much." "Hey, who knows, maybe you'll meet someone who you like there." "Ugh," said Naruto as he rolled his eyes. "Yeah, let's get out of here." As now we see, they were venturing, they saw that there was a peculiar boy with green eyes there, who just used his hand to throw a girl into the water. "Wait, did you saw that?" said Naruto, as his eyes narrowed. "What? What is it?" "I was enjoying my ice cream until you stopped me. You know, there are a lot of food vendors here. Since mother is gone, how about we enjoy ourselves and indulge in each and every one of them? You can teach me how to use your shadow clone technique that you always use." "Not now." As Naruto's eyes narrowed as he noticed that, as his eyes morphed red, and tomos began to form into them. The eyes of the Ten Tails were now there, the Rinne Sharingan. "Brother, your eyes are visible," said Gojira, all the cheerfulness in his voice gone. "That child, he has the same power that we sense, but it is quite dwarfed in the aspect of what we sensed before." I can sense it as well. Want to check it out?" Yeah, but we have to hide our presence, remember? Alright. As now we see, both of them tried their best to hide their presence and ventured there. As soon as they did, Grover, who was Percy's, well, watcher, immediately alerted himself alongside Chiron, who was there. Why? Because in the vicinity were two more demigods in their eyes. They did not know whose children they were, because they both looked twins. And not only that, both of them were demigods. Oh no, what are we gonna do, Chiron? Watch over them. And make sure you don't let young Perseus out of your sight. There's a monster nearby. And at that moment we see Percy was brought to the other side by Miss Dodd. As soon as he was brought there, she revealed herself to be a monster. And that is when Naruto and Gojira, who were in the area at the moment, they also arrived there. And as soon as they did, we see that they saw that Percy was trying his best to survive against the monster. Brother, should I? Said Gojira as his eyes were glowing with a pink hue, much more stronger than before, as his chest was also visible from within with a pink material, as his breath was becoming visible. Go ahead. Just a little bit, okay? As a small beam blast was fired from his mouth. As soon as it did, he reverted back to his human self, as the mouth was ripped open before. As now we see, taking a single blast, the monster disintegrated, not turning into gold dust, just disintegrated. That was quite a strong monster, they say. As now we see, unbeknownst to two of them, Chiron had noticed this and was shocked. That monster was quite a strong one. Even a trained hero might have a hard time. Young Perseus was holding on his own, and one of the twins, it just disintegrated. There was no gold dust. Grover, we need to bring them in now. The three of them, all together. Yes, okay. As Percy was about to leave, we see that he looked towards the two. You guys saw that? Yeah. I mean, my brother here threw that thingo at him. What even was that? I don't know, I just grabbed it from here. I mean, who knows? It might be an ancient artifact or whatnot. You threw a museum object? Are you guys insane? We gotta get out of here. What if a camera is on or something? We might be arrested. Wait, really? Said the two of them, acting as if they were quite now scared. Yeah, how about we get out of here? Yeah, we should. As the three of them went out, we see the three of them laughed after running for a bit. That was quite cool, right? Yeah, but what the hell even was that? From the looks of it, it was like a monster of some sort. Yeah, even I could tell that much, genius, said Percy. Oh, where are my manners? Percy Jackson. Oh, Naruto, and this is Gojira. Gojira, like, um, um, what? What kind of name is that? Hey, it's an ancient Japanese name. Let me remind you that. Of a monster that was seen in the time of war. Wait, what? You mean that myth that was busted long time ago? Or the myth that made the movie known as Godzilla? Yeah, I guess. Wow, either your mother was a fanatic of that movie or something, or they just hated you. Hey, don't say that. My mother loves me, right? Yeah, I guess so. As that is when Grow arrived. Percy, where the hell did you go? Oh, I was here with my friends. Meet Naruto and Gojira. He's named after Godzilla. Can you believe that? As now we see, Grover then said, it's fine. Nice to meet you. My name is Grover. Wait, Grover, you're running. Weren't you a cripple a few moments ago? Dude, that is so disturbing. And yeah, I can't admit I was, but that was an act. What? Said Percy. So you have been acting to be a cripple this whole time? Percy, calm down. I can tell you everything. We have to go to your mother first. My mother? Why? Let's just go there. What about you two? We're here alone, I guess. We're kind of, like, on our own. You're orphans. In a sense, for the moment, said Naruto as Gojira nodded, because they were told to not reveal their mother's identities or even their own. So, Grover took them along. As now we see, they arrived at Percy's mom's home. And as soon as they did, the mom took the car keys from Gabe and drove straight to the Camp of Blood. While going there, the same centaur appeared, as in canon. But this time around, Naruto and Gojira was there. Gojira wanted to use his flame breath again, as he called it, something he was experimenting on, but Naruto stopped him. I want to let loose a bit as well, brother. Allow me. As Naruto's eyes turned red with ripples in them, as Tomo's appeared, his mouth ripped open as a beam gathered there, and as soon as it was fired, huge amount of destruction was ensued. As after that, Naruto's mouth was smoking for a bit. As he was standing there, we see a voice from behind him. How in the Hades did you do that? Said a voice of a girl who was standing there, wearing a tiara and an armor with a moon crescent on her chest. Who might you be again? I am Zoe Nightshade, Lieutenant of Artemis. And you, boy, tell me, how did you do that? Why should I? Said Naruto. You wish to get beaten to death, boy, before you tell me? As that is when the campers arrived there as well, as Percy was currently hugging his mom, who was allowed to stay alive. As that is when a girl with the burnt hair and silver eyes appeared. Who are you two? You two are hiding your strength. Who really are you? Oh, we're just normal kids. Weird kid who's acting as if she has an authority over us, said Gojira as he was scratching his head, looking completely awkward and quite literally weirded out by the whole situation. What the hell was going on in this city? No wonder that Americans had the most weirdest ideas for movies, because this whole shit show was going on here. Girls running around in dress up, slaying monsters with arrows and bows, and monsters running around causing rampage that humans can see. Jeez, Japan was so much peaceful up in the mountains, and they were regretting coming here now. So much for you visiting the Universal's Wonder Brothers studios. Jeez, a man can't even wish now, can he? As now we see, the girl that was looking at them with gawking expression after that then said, my name is Artemis. I am the goddess of hunt and of moon. And you should be very careful, boy, because you have insulted me for the last time. Oh, how was I supposed to know? As Artemis' eyebrow twitched. Yeah, I guess my brother is right. How were we supposed to know that you're the goddess of hunt and all that? We thought you would be someone taller. I mean, not someone who's lacking height, I guess, said Naruto. As Artemis' eyebrow was twitching, as Zoe and the other hunters were now pointing their arrows at them, that was quite a high-level monster that my hunters alone should be capable of slaying, and yet you did. Well, you were late, I guess, so your hunters must have gone on to slack or something, or must have been lazy. As Zoe then said, alongside with Phoebe, who were there, you dare? We don't dare. I mean, you were late, kind of, admitted. We were just arriving here. So yeah, late arrival. Enough, said Chiron, Lady Artemis. Would you like to come inside? No. The hunters will rest here in the camp, in my camp, while I have to go and inform my family of these two. We need to figure out who these two are. Because of the current situation as it is, and her arrival, things have certainly gone quite weird. She won't tell us why she's here. Oh my god. So she really is. No wonder I sensed her. As Naruto's eyes widened, as his eyes narrowed, and there he let go of his restraint, and for the first time the pressure was so much that everyone fell down to their knees, as even Artemis was, and she was panting heavily, as her gaze, with quiet shock and filled with fear, then lifted upwards. Naruto's eyes were red with ripples in them. The woman that you have, her name is Gaia, isn't it? How do you... She is my mother. Our mother. Take us with you, because we wish to have a word with the gods. As that is when a lightning was struck down, as both boys and Artemis was brought up to Mount Olympus, where the others were already standing in their true form, as Naruto then said, getting into his true form as well, which was a wolf with 10 tails, as his eyes were red with ripples in them, but the slit was visible, as Godzilla was there as well, in his true form, which was basically a much more menacing and threatening and powerful figure of the American version of Godzilla, as he roared at them, as Naruto, where is our mother? Oh my god. 2 typhoons, said Hera with shock, because she could sense the power that was there. As Zeus was now at loss because he knew he didn't possess his weapon, his lightning bolt there, and not only that, 2 of the typhoons were now in their presence. He was arrogant, thinking that he could take one of them out, all of them combined, but there were 2 of them, something they couldn't handle. And both of them looked viciously stronger than ever before. Where is our mother? We won't ask nicely, King of Gods. Gaia is safe. We have captured her and taken her to the underworld. As Naruto slammed his paw down in that form, causing huge cracks to appear on the throne as well as in the whole room. I won't ask again. I will forget you are connected to our family if you don't answer me where she is correctly and truthfully. I can sense your lies, said Naruto, as Godzilla began to charge up. As that is when there was a bright light, and there it was, Persephone with Gaia. Wait, before you do anything, please. Gaia is safe, and here, my children. Mother. As Gaia turned to their side, as Zeus and the others were quite shocked. She was put to sleep. How can she be here and have children? Chaos allowed me to stay awake and allowed me to give birth to these 2, to keep you all in check, because you have gone way too much lenient. I vowed that I will not get my revenge on you all, but once I set a foot in this world, I could sense my other half's rage that you have put to sleep. The only thing that you have put to rest is my rage, Zeus. I still live and walk the earth. As Naruto and Godzilla in their true form then said, we are her children and her protector. We love her the most, and mark our words. If anything happens to her, we will tear down Olympus before you even can think of lightning bolt. Thunder God, said Naruto. Is that a threat? Said Zeus. I don't give threats. I conquer. As Godzilla then said, I destroy. As after that, the 3 of them disappeared. You know, said Hermes, as he wanted to break the ice, that was one of the coolest one-liners that I've ever heard. Shut up, Hermes, said Ares. Dude, you literally pissed your pants. Same could be said about you, Sunspot. What are we gonna do, Zeus? Not 1 but 2 typhoons and Gaia being awake. She does have said that. She won't harm us. But how can we be so sure? Said Hera. Yeah, how can we be? As that is when entered Fates. As soon as they arrived, all of them bowed. We have come here because we bring a message direct from chaos itself. The typhoons that you have seen, they will be the key in the future and the strongest ally or enemies in the future of Olympus. If you play your cards right, they will side with you and become your loyal friends and allies. And if you tread on the wrong path, Zeus, because of you, the whole Mount Olympus will be destroyed. So watch your steps very carefully, because you are on a very, very, very thin ice. As after that was said, we see the face disappeared. Oh no, what are we gonna do? We have to go and talk to Mother, said Zeus. What? As Poseidon said, as the others also wanted to know. Mother Rhea would know best. After all, she was the adorable little girl of Gaia at one point, before she too betrayed her, like the others, like us. And so, it was decided. They all arrived towards Mother Rhea and informed her of all the events that have unfolded. As right now we see her with a sad expression. I heard my mother's cries when I betrayed her. I don't know how she would react to seeing me. I guess I have to go and meet my 2 siblings and my mother. And so, back in Japan, we see Rhea, who was away from Zeus's probation, was capable of roaming the world free and arrived there. As Gaia heard a knock on the door for the first time, her eyes narrowed, because she could sense who was on the other side. As her door opened, Gaia's eyes, instead of rage, were filled with tears and look of hurt. What do you want? Mother, I... Don't call me that. You lost that right once you betrayed me back then. You hurted me a lot, Rhea. The only daughter that I thought would side with me, would understand my pain, betrayed me. I'm sorry, Mother. I apologize. Mother, who is it? Said Gojira as he arrived there, in his mortal form. He was still in his 13-year-old form as his eyes narrowed. What do you want? Olympian. She's not an Olympian, but she is filled with her scent, said Naruto as he arrived there. His eyes also narrowed and dangerously red, while the other one's dangerously pink. Give it a call, Mother. I'll burn her down where she stands. We have warned you enough. Did you not understand what we said? We will destroy Mount Olympus if you don't stop bothering us. Brothers, we're not your brothers. She is not an Olympian, children. She is a Titaness. Your sister. As Naruto and Gojira's eyes widened. What? Yes, she is your sister. And the mother of the Olympians. Come inside. As Rhea was quite happy that her mother allowed her inside her home again. There was a huge heavy silence as the four of them sat down on the kitchen top where they held a cup of tea and coffee for Rhea. Mother, I wish to apologize. Your children sent you here, didn't you? Otherwise you wouldn't have cared. I found out that you were awake and roaming, and I came to see my mother. Over the course of millennia that have passed, I regret my actions, Mother. But you must know, like you, I was trying to protect my children, and you were angry at the moment, not even realizing that you were harming my children. I apologize for that. Mother, you don't... Enough, children. This is something I need to discuss with my daughter, said Gaia with a smile on her face as Rhea also smiled with tears in her eyes. And after a reunion, we see that Rhea, Naruto, and Gojira met. So you're kind of like our sister, huh? Yes, I am actually. And so, after that, Rhea visited them again and again and again for years to come, while on the other side, Percy became a hero in his own right. He was able to retrieve the lightning bolt and also win favor from Zeus. But Zeus was not that much keen of him once he told him that how much of an ass he was and how his father was causing a rebellion. His own father was rebelling against him. As Gaia then said, I don't care about those children any longer. To me, Naruto and Gojira are my true children, who have stayed loyal to me, kind to the others, and showed me how motherhood can be a beautiful thing. Yes, it truly can be, right? Yes. I'm glad to have you back as well, Rhea. My beautiful daughter. Yeah, Rhea, you should visit more. I will, my little brothers. As now we see, Rhea then decided to bring Naruto and her mother alongside with Gojira back to Mount Olympus. I don't think it is a good idea, sister. Not one bit, said Naruto with narrowed eyes as his arms were folded. He was currently wearing an orange jacket with white stripe, black shirt and black pants with black sneakers, as Gojira was wearing all black again. As both of them were looking at one another, carbon copy, and yet the difference was quite evident. They were twins and yet not the same. Their power was quite abundant, way too much. As now we see, the three entered. Zeus and the others were there, and not in their threatening forms as they were before, but in a calmer state, as this time they met with Naruto as well as with Gojira, and soon Apollo was quite happy to find out that he was real. What his son saw back in Japan was real, and because of that, Godzilla was created. So you are the real Godzilla, huh? Yes. Maybe I should create a correct depiction. Nah, I was just, back when we arrived here, was going to Warner Brothers Studios to just, give them few pointers. But now that I see the American version and the Japanese version that you created, both have a charm to it. So yeah, let's just keep it as they are. As on the other side we see Artemis and Athena were quite curious about Naruto's wolf-like form and the ten tails form. So you're a Typhoon ten-tailed wolf, huh? Yeah, of a sort, I guess. Is it true that your temple is like a biggest library ever? Why, you're interested? I mean, yeah, I guess. Why not? I'm interested in learning about Inari, the goddess of fertility and nine-tailed fox, huh? Yeah, I want to know about her. I can tell you about her tales when you have a time you can visit. As after that we see, Artemis then said, I want to apologize for what I said back then, Naruto-san. You don't need to say son, Artemis. It's fine, I guess. I was kind of pissed as well. No, it was a genuine reaction. You obviously were typhoons raised by Gaia herself far away from here. You wouldn't know a goddess if you see everyone because you never have seen us, right? As Naruto nodded. Of course I haven't. And for that I wish to apologize because of the misunderstandings that I caused. It's alright, no harm done. As that is when we see Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades appeared. We wish to speak with the boys. We've already talked with their mother, and she had joined Mount Olympus and us. We wish to speak with them. As now we see the three of them were eyeing the boys as they were looking bored as ever, trying to looking as imposing as possible. You know, you can try all you want, but we are not threatened by your imposement or whatever you're doing. If anything, it makes you look like you're constipated. As Poseidon and Hades chuckled at that. They're okay in our books. Seriously, why does everyone pick on me? Because you try too hard, that is why. I'm sorry, what? I mean, you're the king, right? And yet you make yourself look like a clown. No offense, but you try too hard. You take it easy. Be a chill dude, and maybe everyone will like you. Be a chill dude? Yes. I mean, look at Gojira over here. I mean, he's in his original form, he's a clear hothead, but once he's in this form, he's quite chill and cool dude who you can hang out with and can talk to easily. Think about it. We're not trying to, mock you or anything. We're just giving you the feedback that you need to be a good king. Thank you, I guess. Duly noted. As Hades and Poseidon were quite shocked, gawking at Zeus, he was taking criticism and was okay with that? As now we see, finally there was some action. As out of nowhere Percy arrived there looking injured. What are you doing here, Percy JAckson? I told you to not come here today especially. Hey Percy, you've grown. No, wait, Naruto? Gojira? Is that both of you? Yeah. So it wasn't my imagination. What, you thought we were your imaginary friends or something? Well, to be honest, kind of. Why are you beaten up? Said Gojira. Oh, the camp is under attack. We need your help. Can we go there? We'll be able to help. Besides, we need to stretch our farms. It has been way too long. Yes, go ahead, but please be careful. Don't cause harm to children or others. Do we look like we will cause any trouble? Gojira here will take care of the monsters, and I will make sure that everyone else is evacuated. As now we see, both of them arrived there, and soon as they did, they were in their true form. Huge tightening forms that were quite imposing, as the monsters were now the ones that were being loomed over with shadows. One huge wolf, with black fur and white coat underneath, with 10 tails which was menacingly flying behind him, arrived there growling, as the monsters cowered in fear and dashed away from the camp, and on the other side rose a huge monster that screeched. It was the Godzilla. Is that Godzilla? Said one of them. As now we see, the wolf arrived in front of the campers who were running at one point as they pointed their swords at him. Hey Chiron, nice to meet you again. Hey, is that Grover? Nice to see you, man, said a huge grumbling voice. Naruto. Is that you? Yeah. How about we get out of here? Percy, jump on, everyone. Percy, do you know who that huge talking wolf is? Oh yeah, that's Naruto, my friend. He's a typhoon, by the way. And is that Godzilla? Yeah, that's Gojira, my brother. So Godzilla is real, said Leo, as all of the demigods and the trainer was taken away from the camp while Godzilla charged up his atomic breath, and in front of them it was fired, turning everything into disintegration. As after that, Naruto arrived there. You took care of them, but look at that radiation you caused, you damn idiot! As the tail smacked Godzilla on the head, as Godzilla slammed his tail on the face. You wanna go, idiot? Calm down, I'm not trying to fight. Why don't you revert back to your normal form and go there with Percy? He wishes to talk to you. Oh, hey Percy. Is that Grover? Whoa, he's certainly grown. Look, Naruto. Yeah, I noticed. Wow, they certainly are, interesting individuals, said one Annabeth Chase, daughter of Athena. As after that, Naruto then closed his eyes, and suddenly the radiation disappeared, grass emerged, and from within it, huge trees erupted, covering the whole land. As it was back to how it was. As then Naruto returned back, as he saw Annabeth looking at both of them with shocked and fearful expression. You don't need to fear us, we're chill. So you're Godzilla, said most of the demigods, and you're kind of a ten-tailed wolf? Yeah, we're like myths, right? Mythbusters, said Gojira. Oh, come on, it was a nice pun. You could have seen that coming. No, it wasn't. It's good to see you two. Thank you for saving me and my mother back then. Yeah, your friend, remember? We got in trouble back then we met, and it was quite a adventurous journey. Don't you see, Grover? As Grover was just close to passing out because his two friends that disappeared at the moment that he made sure as hell that Percy wouldn't remember because those were his imaginary friends, quote unquote, were now standing in front of him, and they were in their true form of typhoons, and their powers were witnessed. Oh, most of you are injured as well. Stand in a circle, okay? As Naruto made a hand signal, and immediately there was a green glow as everyone was healed. Wow, we are healed. That's quite impressive. Yeah, I know, right? One of my abilities. One of the bats that I can use. Bats, as Naruto revealed his true eyes, which were quite imposing and dangerous. These are the eyes of 10 pots. This is one of them. I can use other 9 paths as well, but I rather not because they are quite dangerous, and I haven't used them ever before as well. This one, because of this idiot over here, I have to use it quite a lot. What about you then? Said Annabeth, because she was now quite curious. Oh, like you've seen, I'm quite a heavy hitter and a tough one, so I rarely ever get injured. Yeah, whenever we two fought, you tend to get injured and then whine about it because you have a scar now. Jeez, and you tend to be quite vicious when you are in that form of yours, Naruto. As both of them were about to butt heads until Athena arrived. Mother! I'm sorry, I'm here to take the two away because father is calling. And Percy Jackson, thank you for giving us warning. For that you will be blessed sooner and given reward. As the campers were left alone, we see that up in Mount Olympus, Zeus, Poseidon, and everyone else was gathered, and they were grateful, and so a feast was held. And while enjoying, we see that Naruto and Athena were hitting it off because of their library and stuff, as well as Artemis as well, because Naruto could heal nature and was close to it. While on the other side, Gojira had certainly attracted the attention of Demeter because he was giving her compliments at the meanwhile eating her cereal, which she had never seen ever before, and she now suddenly found a great connection to this boy. Long story short, one thing led to another, and next day Gojira and Demeter were found in her temple, cuddling with one another, and Naruto, he was now in a pickle because he was found with 2 goddesses who were now a blushing mess because of Athena not drinking enough, remembered everything what has happened last night. As Zeus was now rubbing his temple, so you willingly forsake your vow, Athena. Yeah, he was kind of cute when he got drunk, so it was kind of hard. Plus, you know I have a thing for blondes, father. As Athena, even though she was a smart one, always hated to admit her mistakes, and this was one of that moments. All the while he looked towards Artemis. Artemis, what about you? Um, Same as her, I guess. Him being closer to nature and kind of being the only virgin and good male, I was kind of attracted to him. As for Naruto, he was now currently apologizing to Zeus and was promising that how he will take care of his both daughters by marrying them. He was a man of his word, because their mother raised them as such. As Gaia was happy and told her that she will need a lot of grandchildren. Zeus, seeing this, had no other choice but to accept, and so he did, but threatened Naruto that he better take care of his baby princesses, and which Naruto vowed that he would. While this was going on, now we go towards Tartarus, where we see Luke, son of Hermes, and the current puppet of Kronos, the crooked one, as he was gritting his teeth at what was going on. Those two typhoons, they have sided with the Olympians, my lord, and your mother has sided with them as well. Our mother's good personality has, her wrath hasn't. We must take and awaken our mother's wrath to our side. Awaken her, and then we will see the Olympus fall. And so that is what Luke did. As things were going smoothly, the rampaging Gaia awoke. As Gaia was with them, what is going on, Gaia? I thought you sided with us. I am with you, but I told you that you have put slumber on my rage, and that is my rage personified. Oh my God. Who could have... Father. It is Father, said Hades. He's escaping. We have to get out of here. As Naruto and Vegeta then said, leave her to us. You take care of our brother. Sister, as Riha arrived there. Yes. Take care of mother. What? No, no. I don't wish to hurt you. She is me, my children. Even if she is my rage. I won't live with myself if anything happens to you because of me. You won't harm us. We believe in you, mother. As now we see, both of them arrived in front of Gaia, who was under control, and after butting heads, one after the other, they were able to finally slow her down using all of her power. As Naruto said, Mother, please, stop, we don't wish to hurt you. It is us. As Gaia wasn't stopping, she was causing rampage and destroying left and right. As Naruto was injured by this, because he was not trying to harm her. He wasn't fighting back. Same could be said for Gajira. He was taking much more injuries than doing any damage. While Rhea, as well as Gaia's good counterpart, watched this with tears until Gaia shoved Rhea away and dashed towards her rage and stood with narrowed eyes in front of it. They are my children. Our children. Look what you have done. You have done it again. You have harmed them. As the rage looked quite shocked and quite scared, and then fear gripped her out of what she has done. She clutched her head, and taking this chance, Gaia finally became one, fully awakened, but this time in her true glorious form, not the sinister form that everyone saw. As she stood with her daughter, as both of her boys were healed. It is time I punish my children. I have let my negligence of them reign way too much longer. As once arrived in Tartarus, we see the Titans were being punished by their mother, who has arrived there with authority and power, and Kronos alongside the other Titans was punished to the point they willingly returned, as their mother then said, Now I am allying myself to Olympus, and you will all stay here, because you have been punished now. You are grounded to Tartarus for eternity. No chains, you will stay in there, and if I see any one of you sneaking out, there will be consequences. Yes, mother. As the others were looking at the fully formed of Gaia, quite with shock and fear. You don't need to worry, Olympians. I'm still sided with you. Just a mother punishing her children, nothing else. Here to see. I see. Rhea, said Kronos. How dare you show? Enough! She is your sister and wife, and this is not how you treat her. Kronos. I apologize, mother. Once you realize your true mistakes, and once I have done correcting you, only then, after evaluating, we will see if you're allowed to side with us or not. Is that doable, Zeus? That is, okay with us, I guess. What do you guys think? As they were quite happy because Zeus was now asking for their opinion as well. I guess it's okay with us, brother, said the all Olympians. And finally, now we see Gaia then hugged both of her boys, who were quite beaten up. Wow, I guess this was the first time Mother has given us a spanking, huh? Quite a tough one, she is. As Gaia chuckled, and then she had tears in her eyes. I almost hurted the two of you. No, you didn't. You had everything under control, didn't you? I guess I did. But I was afraid that I might have hurted you. What could have? What if I have? Don't think about it, Mother. We're here, aren't we? And we're safe. And besides, we have a festive to attend to. And a marriage as well, said the girls who were there, as Demeter, Artemis, and Athena blushed. And soon later, the demigods were told, both of Camp Jupiter and of Camp Flood, of what was going to happen, as their jaws were dropped, because Athena and Artemis were getting married, as Minerva, as well as the Greek part of theirs. As now we see, a wedding was held, as even the demigods of both fractions were invited, as Naruto was now, after being married was with Percy, alongside with Gojira. You know Percy? This girl Annabeth, right? Yes, father. Father? You kind of married my mother, so I guess you are kind of like my father now. Yes, ours too, said Zoe Nightshade. I hope so. Yeah, I guess I got a lot of daughters now. Oh well, the more the merrier, they say, said Naruto. Well, you have my blessing, Percy, but you better take care of my daughter. She isn't even yours, dude. But hey, I gotta play dad role now, right? Jeez, you and your stupid puns at the wrong time, Naruto. Oh, come on, it was a good one. No, it wasn't, said Grover. Grover? Did you drink too much? Yeah, I guess. So what? You arrive out of nowhere, you two, and cause so havoc and destruction. Destruction? What do you mean by that? You almost destroyed my home. The trees where you used that breath to destroy that monster when we were attacked. That is where I reside. You almost destroyed it. Geez, sorry about that. And so, we see Grover passed out as everyone else laughed at that. As Naruto and Gojira, and more than ever, Gaia was happy with the new life that they were able to receive. All thanks to the blessing of Chaos itself was watching this from above with a huge smile on its face. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.